welcome back from the break. You're still watching a team review, and I'm sure that you've already picked up which movie you'd be watching and enjoy yourself with. But let's talk about some stories making the headlines. Really, let's begin from Lil Wayne because Kojon Cancer Lil Wayne has been promoted his new movie, A Country Called Ghana, and he did the Accra premiere a couple of days back, and on Saturday, this just past Saturday, he actually went out to Kumasi, great tour at the KNUST campus to premiere, that also in Kumasi. Well, of course, he had some members of the cast from Nigeria passing through, and of course, a lot of people pulled up to support him on the night. But prior to that night when the movie was premiered, he was involved in an accident that got everybody talking. Some people were saying, oh, it's just a stunt. Picking up from some of the things that had happened prior to the Accra premiere, I was like, oh, it's a stunt and all that, but apparently he really was involved in an accident when he was driving a Benz car that had A Country Called Ghana all over it. And then, he hit into a vehicle that had a father and a son also in there. Well, we saw videos where he was being picked up by his team, getting into a vehicle to be taken to the hospital. But of course, it wasn't just him, it was himself, the road manager, and a bouncer that were involved in the accident from his car, and then a father and a son were in the other vehicle also. Well, Lil Wayne went to the hospital, got patched up, and decided to show up in the evening at his premiere. I don't know how to feel about it, but well, it's his decision. I see a lot of people bashing the hospital, whoever doctor it was that gave him the permission to go, but anyway, that's on the side. Now, on the other side of those who are affected by the accident, a 3-year-old son who was in the car with his father unfortunately passed on and was buried yesterday in Kumasi. The father also had an issue with his leg, and he's got a fracture in his leg. And from the video and pictures we saw, he's been bandaged up. Now, a lot of people were saying a lot of things. This is very sad. A 3-year-old boy died just like that because of your recklessness and all of those things. Now, his team, Weezy Empire, decided to release a statement. And yes, they released a statement. You see that on the screen very soon. And that statement has also caused a lot of conversations on social media. And so I'll be reading some portions of the statement so you can follow through with me. And let's get to a point where we can all, make comments on. So it says, Weezy Empire's management would like to express their gratitude to the public for the overwhelming support following last Saturday's accident involving Chief Executive Officer Kojon Cancer, known in showbiz as Lil Wayne. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to the management and medical staff of Konfanochi Teaching Hospital who are attending to everyone who was involved in the collision. However, we are deeply saddened by the tragic death of a 3-year-old boy who was involved in a gruesome accident, and we extend our sincere condolences to the bereaved family. As much as we are saddened and traumatized, we find unwarranted allegations of neglect on our part, as speculated by some commentators, very distasteful and disturbing at this troubling time. We want to state categorically that we were unclear about the extent of damage from the accident because our artist, manager, and bouncer suffered life-threatening injuries. So take note of that. The next paragraph says, we remain resolute that investigations by the police would establish the facts of matter in due course. Ray Money, our artist manager, is still undergoing treatment in the hospital, as is Kojon Cancer, who has yet to fully recover from the tragedy, but our bouncer has been processed for surgical review. We continue to pray for your support and to pray for the affected person's recovery. PR, Wiziampa, Achame Akwadanyame signed. So they decided that they needed to release a statement to address some of these things. This statement is better than the earlier one. They said it was a joke. The previous one. But this particular statement, there are issues with the statement. Or I have issues with the statement.
No, there are issues with the statement. Even if
Oh, maybe someone may not find an issue with the statement.
there's an issue with the statement.
So, paragraph 4, 5, and 6.
Good.
4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Great. As a management team, you know what happened.
Exactly.
And we are releasing this statement based on what you say commentators are saying. The family has spoken, the family has said all sort of things, and they are not happy with what is happening. Now, if you say that you want to refute the allegations by the family or by commentators, why is that not stated here? Let us know what is happening, just so you clear the air and not leave any doubts on anybody's mind. If you tell me that the police are investigating and will establish the facts of matter in due course, when incidents happen, people say what or are able to describe what happened at the scene, and the police also goes on from there. So tell us, as at this time, John Cancer Luwe was using this stretch and then got involved in an accident that had a man and this and that. And then let it feel like there is some sort of, you are taking some sort of responsibility and feeling remorseful about what happened. But to even say that, as much as we are saddened and traumatized, do you know how traumatizing it is that a 3-year-old boy who by no fault of his has passed on because of what people say? And yet again, my issue is, why do you not address the allegations? You mentioned the allegation that people are making distasteful comments and making allegations against you. Debunk the allegation, clear the air if it is not true. Why do you release a statement and it is still open to anybody to make their own suggestions and to make their own commentaries over it? If you're releasing a statement, address the issue. What has happened? What happened on the day? Is it that you do not want to implicate yourself on the day? To implicate yourself in the letter that maybe, as people are saying, the driving on the day was not the best. You could have stated it in there and let us know what happened. At least give us a brief statement as to what exactly happened on the day. You do not say that. You also have not addressed what the family has said. That maybe we will go and see the family, or we are in talks with the family, or whatever it is. No, that is not part of it. And so this statement is an ambiguous one. It's an open statement. It solves no issue. On country.
Not.
First, second, third year, you have told us your artist, Kojon Cancer Luwe, was in the hospital and blah, blah, this is what happened, and your So what has happened? So what are the details of it? No details of it. Why? And this is what will cause people to make commentaries, because there is no specific statement. You are not saying anything concrete about the issue. I said, what the wines are, just say, yeah, we know the kid has died, and but my wines are. Why do you release a statement like this, Weezy Empire? Why do you do this? If an accident of that sort happens, and it is found that Lil Wayne is responsible, of course, we know that the law would definitely take its course. And as you are saying, the police are doing the investigations. We'll wait and see what the police have to say about this. But for me, this is just a statement that does not tell anything. On country, we are all traumatized. Your fans are traumatized. The family is also traumatized. The mother there, she cannot even talk. The father has been crying the whole time. What are you doing about it? What happened? Can't give details of it. I've seen comments on social media that saying that, it could be the fault of the driver. So state it there so that we know that it is the fault of the father who was driving. Then we know that it is not your fault.
Yeah.
But now you've left the thing that we should wait for police. Okay. No, yeah, read every day. Anyway, what do you think?
I mean, you've said everything. You have actually digested bullets points that I was going to touch on. And you see, the press release actually says updates on the tragic accident that occurred on Saturday involving the actor. Now, it's about the actor.
Yeah.
But I think if he had also gone done an extensive communication to the family of the small boy that passed, and had added that to the presser, would have been much better.
Yeah.
The presser that was released was just to talk about the fact that commentators have taken the story and they are saying whatever, they are running with it on social media. If you look at the update, that is what they were just coming to talk about. There's no remorsefulness in the statement. You are stating that, your artist, your manager, this was also injured. You are even alive. But a small boy has lost his life. And now there's been reports that the father's situation too is a bit dicey.
Yeah.
He might have to go for a surgery.
Yeah.
If he doesn't take care, they're going to take off his leg.
His leg.
So these are the issues at hand. And you are more focused on what commentators are saying on social media.
So what are you saying?
Exactly. You see, I don't know how people are running with PRs nowadays, but I mean, some of us went to GIJ and things. Sometimes when you are coming to issue a statement and you have to even show remorse, you have to let it be known in the statement.
Yeah.
You just don't come and then say things anyhow, then you go. And even for the fact that you went for your movie premiere, you went to church to thank God, but you haven't visited the parents or the family that is in this situation. It's very sad. And it tells a lot about the actor in question here.
It tells a lot. You know what? This brings me to the issue that happened on Saturday also, about Jonathan Claude, who passed on, right? And that accident with KK Fosu and Blessing there.
Yeah.
When Beanie released a statement, they gave details of car number, this and this and this, this car type, was involved in an accident with car number, this and this.
Thank you.
At this time. This is what happened, brought about the accident. So for us, we know what it is, and then the police takes it from there.
Exactly.
But this is just vague. We don't even know, it is not stated in the statement where the accident happened. What time it happened, who was involved in it. I mean, you are now coming to address what people are saying. So
that's what I'm saying, that the update was just to address what commentators are saying on social media.
For me, Wizzy and Empire need to do better. I think that for the past two statements they've released, it's not been good.
It's very bad.
Although you're trying to push the movie, you need to do better with some of these communication things that you're doing. So that's the bit from Wizzy and Empire. We'll wait and see what the police will do with that particular situation. But let's move on.